Blessed is she who has believed that the Lord will fulfill his promises to her. I remember the day I was put out of my mother's home. Womanhood I would learn alone and from a community of women who called me their own. I was 14. And at 15, I would meet a grown man, and because no one ever showed me how to see the signs, his lies shot like a dart. And by 17, my firstborn would steal my heart. At 18, I watched my daughter lay breathless, a pain I could have never imagined. 2 times a mother again, and by 19, I was still feeling empty. Looking at myself in mirrors and not seeing myself pretty. Telling myself that if I treat him right, he won't leave. Give him what he wants, and most time overlooking the obvious just to be naive. Psyching myself out even though our souls didn't agree. Telling myself that since I committed my body to him, that he must be for me. And though he deceived, I told myself that if I was a good woman and believed in him, that I could make him need me. You see, I gave a wrong man 8 years out of fear of being alone. Like Mary Poppins, I smiled and danced around my problems. Daily I ate spoons full of sugar just to make myself feel awesome. His love was shown with a fist, and his apology with a forehead kiss. And I would tell myself to dismiss the bad and keep the good. Disillusioned about what I should accept. For so many years I was miseducated about how I should represent the kingdom. You see, I was never told I was a child of a king, and I always thought love was a physical thing. And unknowingly, I handed my crown to thieves, and most time placed it on a shelf. I became displeased with myself and compromised my worth. So hurt I would pull my skirt over my head, not seeing in full sight. Blinded and blocked my senses, accepted filter conditions. I used to beatbox my way out of true love just to hip-hop around, pretending to be someone's housewife. Online, I started searching for plenty of fish, singing Ain't Too Proud to Beg while wanting TLC, meanwhile being tagged as a bachelorette. Most times I would often forget, losing self behind a profile, searching for likes, clicked on by onlookers I barely knew. Snapshots of Instagram photos with smiles, meanwhile on the inside feeling bitter. Faking life moments while still hashtagging on Twitter. Searching for answers like my life was an encyclopedia. Searching for my identity on social media. Searching for a man to love me by any means, but often ended in side chick moments. Most times I was so discouraged that I would rather have a piece of false than confidence in the whole truth. Accepting temporary lust. Wanting more out of a relationship but too afraid to trust. Wanting more in partners but I didn't want to fuss. So impatient but wanting to be patient. I prayed and asked God for the main ingredient, and then the Holy Spirit showed me that all I had to do was stop looking on my own and just be obedient. You see, like the Samaritan woman at the well, Christ told me that if I drink the water that he gives, that I will never thirst again. Especially not after no man who couldn't love me like him. Loving self, God gave me confidence. I didn't know how long it was going to be, but I knew that I was ready to wait and focus completely on him. You see, trials came quick, but this time I wasn't having it. You see, I stayed diligent, building more of my relationship. And who knew? Who knew that over a game of spades, being completely genuine and patient with him while the game was on 10, he was seeing my heart? Who knew? Who knew that being obedient to the Holy Spirit, that I will meet my best friend, one who was not worried about my looks or size, but seeing the God in me as he looks into my eyes. No games, no tricks, no covered disguise, 'cause he loves me, especially different. He encourages me to be all that I am called to be. He does not put me in a box because he himself is truly unorthodox. And who knew? Who knew that 6 children and 44 years later, I can truly testify that there was once a little girl who grew up a woman scorned. A young woman who had to learn right from from wrong. A woman who thought she was all alone, who picked up her tiara and was delivered from her generational curse. Learned how to love herself, and God sent her her worth.